Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Now, this is our discussion for the message that we heard. Mauricio, your message was excellent, really beautiful. I love how you brought it all together, all the cheseds, the different kinds of chesed that I never heard of, but it was really, really wonderful. And you never know when you're giving chesed. When you walk with God, chesed becomes part of who we are. In my building, there's a very tall man that I've seen for quite a while now. And every time I see him, he's really tall and he's always wearing a hood and he covers himself as much as possible. And he always looks very within himself, not friendly, not looking at anybody. And the way he walks, you could see that he has some form of autism, very within himself, very withdrawn. And one day, just out of the blue, we were standing at the elevator, and I turned to him and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And his whole being changed. And we got into the elevator, and he didn't say anything. The next time I saw him, he took a look at me, and his whole face lit up. He smiled. And I saw what a beautiful face he had, beautiful eyes. And he was not afraid to talk to me because he saw the chesed within that I didn't even know in that moment. That because I do this to a lot of people. I'm always looking for a way to bring a little light into the world. I used to do it in the New Age. In the New Age, it was different though, because we thought that the light that we were sharing with others was our light, and that we were we were giving our light, my light. I remember reading John in the book.
Handsome for guys.
Sorry, hold on a second, Brian. I remember in the book of John when Yochanan said, "I am not that light. He is the light." Honestly, that one line set me free because I didn't have to pretend that I was the light of the world. It's like, Shirley MacLaine used to say, "I am God." I remember standing out on the beach in Vancouver going, "I am God." It's amazing how God didn't kill me right then and there. But I guess he knew I was on a path to learning who the true light is. So anytime we have an opportunity to just do a simple act of kindness and not like Lavan, and it's a riot that his name Lavan is white because his heart was so black. The Torah has such a sense of humor. It's amazing. Yes, Brian.
Beauty is for women. Handsome is for men.
Okay. And why are you bringing that up?
Because you were claiming a guy is beautiful.
To me,
He's
he
a
was
handsome guy.
beautiful. To me, he was beautiful.
He's a handsome guy.
He had an inner beauty.
It's not just about yeah, right.
It's not, it's an inner beauty because beauty from the outside doesn't mean anything if the inside doesn't have beauty. Because a beautiful woman will turn ugly very fast if her heart is not a beautiful one. So,
Mm.
Brian, when you're being nice to the people there, you become beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Remember
had
that.
this, sorry, I
Yeah.
had a similar experience to you. Well, people in the apartment, there's one woman who's always has her head bowed, and I just said, I just say hi when I see her, and she's become more and more like
Yeah.
bright. And when I see her, I say hi, and she says hi now when I see her. And
Yeah.
also a man at the little store, the mall down the street. I've gone in there and he's very gruff and rude. And I say, "Well, can I try this on? Like, I'm not going to buy something without trying it on." And again, he was gruff and, "Well, why do you know your size?" Whatever he said. But anyway, I managed to restrain my usual big mouth. And I said, anyway, I've since bought stuff there, been really polite, and just, it was just the exchange became much lighter. And now when I see him, I say hi and he says hi. It really does make a difference.
It does.
But what
Same
I
thing.
read, sorry, yeah?
Yeah, because exactly the same thing happened here also. There was a man in the building, very, very skinny, always looked angry. He had even his dog was angry, always barking and upset. And then one day I did the same thing. I just said, "Hello, how are you?" He was almost so shocked that someone would talk to him because they put on this exterior, this gruff exterior, and it's like even a pit bull, when you show love and kindness, will turn around somehow, but it comes from within.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And also like what was it? You said something about Eliezer, that when he said some words, he like there's false chesed. I've seen many times
Yeah.
where people will hide their own evil and cloak it in good. Like for example, I remember somebody many years ago came to the congregation. I think it was with Rabbi Percy, was it? He or maybe a church, I don't remember. He went up to maybe it was Rabbi Percy, and he said, or he went up to this woman and he said, I want to confess a sin. The
Yes.
sin said, I've had the sin of lust, meaning to her, which is really a crooked way of seeing if she returned it. It was
Yeah.
all for his own means. He couldn't care less about his supposed sin of lust.
Yeah.
So that's a fake chesed.
Well, look, I've felt fake hesed in myself. You know, Yeshua would say, when you give, don't let the left hand know what the
Yeah,
right hand
right,
is
right.
doing. And how often, in order to have a little bit of, appreciation, because I
Yeah.
need appreciation, have I said, oh, well, I just gave this, and this is what it's worth. I mean, I've done that.
No, we've all done it.
And
But
I have to pray that God would take away that need for attention, that
yeah.
need for approval. When
But
all
that's the difference, though, Peggy. We are human. That's the difference between people who want their name on
in the
plaques
light.
because they gave so much to. For the impulse to have that, we cannot really. We have to give it to God. But
Yes,
there are people who don't have that impulse, and they want it to be known. They'll give a gift, an excessive amount, a gift that's almost too much to somebody, let's say, because they want to show how generous they are.
right.
But when you as a human, you and all of us as humans do things and we feel, you remember we used to joke when we'd come to the congregation, I'd hold, oh, I made a coconut cream pie, and you want everyone to see what a good baker you are, whatever. But you have to go to the heart underneath that, because
Right.
you see your heart, you go to God with that.
Well, it's like a little child inside that when a child doesn't get enough attention, when a child doesn't feel safe or approved
Yeah.
by parents, that child will go the rest of their life seeking that. I see that in my own children. I was emotionally unable to give my children what they needed. And today I see the suffering that they go through, the things that they do because of that. And every time that happens, my heart breaks. And I just keep praying, God, heal it, because I don't know what else to do. But, there was something else I was going to say that you spoke about, Mauricio. It had to do with, hang on. Oh, I'll come back to it.
But that's really important, though, to know like the motives of your heart. What you're saying is fake chesed. Maybe, oh, sorry. I have to get the phone because it's above my brother.
Okay, okay.
Hello? Hi,
I'm
baby.
going to put you on mute, Miriam, all right? Okay. Mauricio, you want to, while I try to remember what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I just want to point some things. Okay, I'm gonna do it quickly. First is about Pesel. It's very interesting because we need an equilibrium, a balance between Hesed and Geburah, justice. Okay, too much Hesed point to destruction, and that is the case of Ishmael. Look at his name. His name is so beautiful.
Yeah.
You hear the voice of God, okay? But the angel said to him, "Oh, you are a Pere Adam. You are a wild person."
Right.
Wow. And so, and I said something about he was too much hesed. And that means, for example, when you took care of your body, for example, that you are showing hesed to your body.
Right.
Okay. For example, I take a bath, I'm taking care of my body,
Right.
I'm doing hesed to my body.
Right.
Okay.
When we eat well, we eat healthy.
When we eat healthy,
Right.
we are giving to my body, I taking care. That is hesed also.
Right. Right.
And the other way, also when I feel emotions, okay,
Right.
that produce you joy,
Right.
that is hesed also.
That
For example,
balances the stress emotions.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, for example, pleasure. I when I eat, I feel pleasure. I giving hesed, okay. But when I don't have any balance to eat, and I start to eat like a pere Adam, okay,
Right.
I get 500 pounds,
Right.
okay. That
Right.
means the hesed, too much hesed, turns to destruction to
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
So in this case, what is saying to Ishmael? Okay, oh, you give too much pleasure to yourself. That is why you are a wild person. And you can see today, for example, how these persons who supposedly are descendants from Ishmael, they say, for example, I saw a beauty girl at the street and I wanted to rape her. And I
Oof.
didn't know that was bad. Okay. It's a Pere Adam.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that is something that really that Ishmael had to deal with. So and also at the same time we can see Isaac, his mother died. If we really look at the first verse I put into Tehillim, okay, the Hesed in Emet, Hesed is Abraham, Emet is Sarah, okay. So that is something.
Why is that?
Why? Because Sarah is representing like the strength. Okay, is when you I put myself in an example. Okay,
Okay.
at my home.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at home. I am pure Hesed with my kids. Okay, that is. I want to go out with my girl. Do you have a $1, $3, $10, whatever? Yes, here you have. Evelyn is justice, okay?
Right.
Strength, my other face, okay?
Right.
She said, "Where are you going? You don't need $10, you need five." Okay,
Right. Yeah, I know.
that is the balance, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we compare that to 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 exact case, Abraham was just giving, a lot of love and hesed, okay? But Sarah was like, it's not what you're doing. For example, you can see something in her. Do you remember when he saw, Abraham didn't notice that Ishmael was playing with
Right.
Isaac.
Sarah
Who
did.
saw that?
Sarah.
Sarah did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She had that smell.
Right.
She had that the capacity to just to be justice, to apply the justice.
Yeah.
So she said, hey, get out this kid and her mother out, okay? And Abraham had to do it. Why? It was not really Hesed. Of course, yes, it was Hesed that because she wanted to protect her son.
Yeah.
But uh, she needs to apply justice in this
Right.
case.
Right.
Uh, so when Sarah died, what happened? That is so important to know that the tent was empty. Okay.
Really empty because Isaac didn't come back, and neither
Yeah.
did Abraham. Abraham was in Beersheba, and she was in Kiryat Arba in Hebron, and Abraham went to, unless it's opposite, Beher la
Yeah.
Be'er, yeah.
To Macpella,
Yeah,
the Sheva. Yeah, but at the end, the point is the tent was empty.
yeah,
Okay.
right,
So there was not balance.
right.
Even though Abraham, if we really can, we can, like the rabbis used to say, oh, put a part the mosaic to look the whole picture. Okay. If you see what happened when Abraham is the same Abraham, okay, he married to Keturah. The Torah expressed something about that God had communication with Abraham. No, it just it's like a fact. He married with Keturah and had these children, okay, blah, 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 blah. But we cannot see that the communication that used to be when Sarah was alive.
Mm,
Okay.
right.
So when Sarah was alive, that means that Sarah was really the mother of Israel,
Yes.
and she had something like a gift very special,
Yeah.
so that returning back to Tehillim is like Hesed and Met, Sarah is the Met, they kiss. And,
Right.
and when Shalom and in Sedek come together, something brought. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was not only Abraham. No, the point is that it's like in English is binomio. Binomio is binomy. I don't know. It's math. Okay. When you have two numbers, okay, that
Okay.
makes a formula, we call it like in Spanish is binomio. Okay.
Okay. I don't
But
know.
is both of them.
Right.
It's not only Abraham. Abraham by himself, okay. And yeah, he's a very good man, but doesn't change, I would say, the word. Okay.
Yeah. It's the same word,
Uh
binomial. Yeah.
yeah. So in the very same way, what happened to Isaac, he needed someone
Like
to
Sarah.
fill his mother
Yeah.
like Sarah,
Yeah.
because the man without the woman doesn't produce life. Okay.
It's true. It's true. That's why
So
God said it's not good for man to be alone.
yes.
Yeah.
And then God sends Rivka.
Yeah.
Rivka had many problems, as you can see
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
But something that is very interesting, and I was wondering why the Torah said that. It says, and when he's looked at Rivka, it says he ran and then he loved her.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like why he loved her. It is like, okay, Abraham was very worried about his son. His son was like the kind of guy who is very nice and very polite and but it's but he's inside of him all the time. Okay, he had a potential, but need someone to push him. Okay, so um, he didn't want to go out to look for a Canaanite or a girl outside. So uh, he needed to bring someone to him. Okay,
Right.
that someone looks for him. Okay, what is best for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but then the story said, and he loved him, and he
Her.
loved her.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is very something very interesting. I was wondering why it says that.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like he was alone, and that suddenly becomes a miracle. It's like the two men that you mentioned, or three men that you mentioned, they are inside of them. Nobody says hello. So
Yeah.
they don't have any expression. And
Right.
then suddenly love start to flow. Okay. And so that's a miracle for a person who is very introspective.
Right.
So and then what happened? The balance returned back. Okay. And then I was wondering why the Torah doesn't say. And Rivka loved uh Isaac.
Isaac. Right.
Yeah. Why? Because honestly, I was wondering why. It's just that he loved her and she didn't love him too much. Probably not, because then it said that she consel, consolar,
Console.
console him. Okay, so
Right.
that is the expression of love of
Right.
Rivka.
Yeah.
Okay, and so it's like when you look at a very there are person who looks very strange and incapable to love, to
Yeah.
hug somebody, and
Right.
then God gives them the gift to love. uh, and on the other hand, I just want to close with something that I didn't put, but it was so, you know, uh, it's like meanings that are hidden there. The gift Rivka received from the servant. Okay, remember that says that that is in verse 22.
You mean the rings and the bracelets?
Yeah, the bracelet 24, 22,
Right.
and says, when the camels had drunk their fill,
Right.
the man, okay, we
Yeah.
don't know exactly, was Eliezer or whoever he
Right.
was.
Right.
Uh, the man took a gold nose ring, weighing a half shekel, a beka, and two gold bracelets weighing 10 gold shekels for her arms,
Right.
and gave them to her. Okay, that is something that I was wondering. And remember, what is that half shekel? Later in the Torah, we learn about that.
The
The half
offering that,
shekel was
right.
given as offering for to become Israelites,
Right.
okay, to be free from slavery, okay.
Interesting.
So right now
Beautiful.
is giving is like, okay, Rivka, you are getting out from slavery
Right.
to the new land, to the promised land. I'm giving you the promise in advance, okay,
Oh,
to become
beautiful,
part of
beautiful.
Israel. Okay,
Yeah, beautiful
so
picture.
that is something that I was wondering, and also there is something else that God gave to her. He opened her nose. Okay, the capacity. You know what is the capacity of the nose? To smell, to feel. Okay, and you can see how she developed this gift. When she was pregnant, what happened? The smell, like, oh, someone is two kingdoms are coming in my womb. Okay.
Mm.
So that is a really great gift. God opened her capacity to smell, to look, to yeah, she manipulates as we learn later. She manipulates, but she had that gift from God.
Huh.
And also um in so that is something that I really wanted to give, but also the two bracelets. Someone says one is balance, Hesel and Sedek, okay, justice, kindness and justice. That's something that he needed,
Right.
Itzhak. Okay.
Right. Right.
So Rivka made we trying to real that she was negatively, positioned to Itzhak, but honestly, she was the kind of woman he needed.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
without Rivka, no Israel will exist. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is something
Yeah.
that I wanted to mention.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And the other thing I was thinking about that you mentioned was that the man, the servant, changed the words that he said to Lavan, that Abraham had told him, that he yet needed to use some sechel, wisdom, instead of naivete, because he knew what he needed. He left out, like, on no account must you bring my son back there. He left that out, because I was reading, when you said that, I started going back to see what did he originally say, and I saw that it was different. It's not that he it's not that he twisted the words, but he used the right words for the right time. And that is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
That is a thing that we need to learn.
Okay. For example, I can give you some examples in a practical way.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, for example, someone is calling your mom at your home, and she told you your mom, okay, um, Mauricio, I hate her. I don't want to talk to her. Okay. When I answer her the telephone,
Yeah.
good morning, Mrs. Her, okay, I cannot say
No.
explicit, okay. Oh, my mom said that you are a hatred person to her.
Yeah.
So please don't return back your calling anymore in your life.
Right.
Okay. She
Right.
doesn't want you to your face, whatever.
Right.
Okay. So I mean, what would you say? You are not twisting the truth.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You
She's
can
busy right
say,
now. She's busy.
yeah, my mom is not available at this moment. Can
Right.
you give me your message, please? So I can bring to her your message.
Right. Right.
And probably she can call you later.
Right.
You agree? Okay, that's okay. But that is wisdom.
Yes.
Sometimes, and at that moment, yes. What was looking the servant of Abraham? He was looking that he had a fox in front of him, Laban. I mean,
Yeah.
that man is quick to think he had agreed uh, in excess, and he present himself as a good man, but he's not a good man. Okay,
Yeah.
so and then he looked at the family. Where is Betuel? Betuel is not there.
Mm.
Or probably they said, "Oh, father, please stay quiet, and I'm gonna talk to this man." And then he saw that the one who needs Isaac is Rivka. Okay, Isaac was very passive. He needed a proactive woman.
Right.
Okay. And then he looked at the mother of Rivka, and what he saw, oh, she's a manipulator. So if I told the story as my master told me, they won't believe.
Yeah.
So I need to sell
Yeah.
that she's the one.
Yes.
And there is a connection between God
Right.
willing that, so they authorize me to take this young woman. Rivka was honestly a very young woman. Okay.
Yeah, because it said 3 things about her. Na'ara, Betula, who had never known man. 3 times. Yeah. So, yeah, she was young, between maybe 11 and 13.
She was, yeah. So if a man comes to myself and told me, oh, I want to take Samara, for example, so he needs to sell me that there
Yeah,
is a divine connection. So
exactly.
so what he look his surrounding context, and then he sell the story that is Chokmah.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So sometimes we need that in our lives.
Amen.
Okay.
Yes.
No twist the truth. That is completely something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes it's really necessary to do that. Okay.
That you can pray for me for, because my mother always had this expression when it came to me. In Yiddish, it says, Oifen ling, oifen sing. Out of the lungs, out of the mouth. In other words, it doesn't pass through the brain first before it comes out of the mouth. So I've had to learn wisdom. And that's why I appreciate it so much. And that's why I appreciate the Torah so much, because what we learn in the Torah is wisdom, is chesed, kindness, is how we are to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, and how we are to love our God. Mauricio, God bless you and thank you so much. I want to wish everybody a wonderful rest of the day. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom. And let's pray for our community. Thank you for that ending, that we could continue the legacy of our rabbi, as you called him, Ranabi. We knew him as, when he first came to Montreal, as Percy. He didn't want to be connected with any titles. But as time went on, he saw that people do need them. And then he was able to accept the word rabbi before his name, because rabbi means teacher, and he definitely had his students. I'm one of his oldest students, I mean longest students, and so we're very grateful. He always said to me that after his mother had passed away, he would want his name, he would take his Hebrew name back to as Netanel. So we call him Rabbi Netanel ben Yochanan, and he's I don't know where he is right now, but he's very, very happy. You saw him in light, I think, Mauricio. Yeah, which is wonderful to know. So, and one day we will all join him into that light. But in the meantime, we're still here. We still have to go through the craziness happening in the world. And God is giving us the light and the wisdom and the Torah to spread to all the nations. So continue to pray for each other, can pray for our community. And God willing, we'll see you next week.
Oh, it's not there.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Mauricio.